Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into something pretty huge that really sent shockwaves through the crypto world recently. We're talking about the launch of the PUMP token.
Yeah, this wasn't just, another token drop. This was massive. Pump.fun, the big Solana meme coin launchpad, they launched their own token.
And get this, over $500 million worth of SOL that Solana's coin poured into this thing in just like 12 minutes. It's kind of mind-boggling. How did the system even cope?
That's a great question, and it's exactly why we're digging into this today. Because look, this wasn't just a token sale. It was more like a real market moment, a flashpoint, really. It caused some serious market whiplash, and it really put a spotlight on the state of meme speculation. So our mission here is to unpack what happened right after and maybe find some deeper lessons for anyone in crypto, especially if you're trading meme coins.
Okay, let's unpack it then. The launch itself, July 15th, 2025. Pump.fun sold out 15% of its supply, like almost instantly. We're talking over $500 million raised. Just poof, gone.
Yeah, blink and you'd miss it almost.
And the surge afterwards was just as crazy. Hours later, the market cap was, over $2 billion, peaking at a $5.6 billion fully diluted valuation, which is just, wow. So this wasn't just temporary hype. It acted like a real liquidity magnet, right? Pulling in cash incredibly fast.
Absolutely. And what's really fascinating, I think, is seeing that kind of rapid, massive capital injection happen specifically in the meme coin space. It was basically like a meme scale ICO, an initial coin offering. And that kind of speed, that volume, it sets a whole new precedent for capital flow in this niche. It kind of changes the game for what we thought was possible.
So, okay, all that money rushing into PUMP, what did that do to the rest of the meme coin market? Because you said whiplash, and this sounds like where it started.
Exactly. Yeah, this where it got really interesting. People quickly started calling it the PUMP effect. And you can picture it, it was like a liquidity black hole. As PUMP just sucked in all that capital, liquidity for other meme tokens just vanished. It drained away. We saw analytics platforms, like Av.ai, flagging a really sharp drop in meme coin trading volume overall.
Because everyone was piling into PUMP.
Pretty much. The capital was rotating directly into that one offering. And we saw the impact clearly. Several top meme coins on Solana, for instance, they took big hits, like 20 to 40% dips in value, right in the hours after the PUMP ICO. A clear capital flight.
Wow. Okay, so chaos and dips across the board. But was there any hidden opportunity in that for people watching really closely?
Yes, surprisingly, yes. Despite all those dips, the smart money tracking tools-ad.ai has features for this. They actually revealed something important. They showed that some big players, the whales, were actually buying the dip.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, they were strategically picking up popular tokens right after that initial dump caused by the PUMP launch.
So seeing opportunity while everyone else is panicking sort of thing?
Exactly. It shows how fast information moves now. If you had access to that real-time wallet data, you could see those big buys happening as they happened. It lets you position yourself before the rest of the market catches on. It's all about that information edge.
That makes sense. Information speed is key. And speaking of strategy, Pump.fun itself made a move, right? A pretty surprising one to manage its own token price after the launch.
They did, yeah. It was quite proactive, actually, like a market defense. They did a big buyback, $30 million worth, which is about 118,000 SOL at the time.
$30 million, okay. And did it work?
It seemed to, yeah. It stabilized PUMP around the 0.006 Hixis mark. And then we saw it rebound pretty quickly, like plus 22% overnight. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, well, that buyback felt like a real shift. I mean, meme tokens are usually just wild, right?
Yeah.
Super volatile, chaotic price action. But here you had the issuer stepping in, managing it almost like a structured financial product.
Yeah, like a company defending its stock price.
Yeah. Kind of. It definitely raises questions about, maturity.
Yeah.
Is the meme coin market getting more sophisticated? Are we seeing more deliberate strategy?
That is an interesting question. Okay, so let's pull back and look at those broader implications. You mentioned 4 key shifts.
Yeah, I think so.
So first one, launchpads themselves becoming power tokens.
Exactly. Pump.fun launching its own token just changed the whole narrative.
Right.
It's not just about them launching other people's tokens anymore. The launchpads themselves, they're becoming these big speculative assets. They're shaping the ecosystems. They're directing capital flow. It's a fundamental change.
And we should expect more of this.
I'd bet on it, yeah. Look at platforms like 4.meme on BNB Chain. They're likely watching this very closely, maybe planning similar moves.
Okay. And the second shift. You mentioned combining narrative and smart money, like a meta shift.
Right. It became really clear during the PUMP event that some traders had a serious edge. The ones who could combine, say, AI tools tracking narratives like what stories are catching on with tools that watch wallet activity in real time, they were ahead.
How so? What could they see?
Well, they could spot early buys before any big announcements. They could track money flowing in during that buyback, Pump.fun did.
Yeah.
And they could detect momentum shifts before they blew up on, crypto Twitter or wherever. It's about seeing the signals early.
Got it. Being proactive, not reactive.
Precisely.
Okay, third point. This raises a question about liquidity. What did PUMP really show us about how money moves in the meme coin space?
Yeah, this one's crucial, I think. It proved that meme coin liquidity, it isn't necessarily growing overall, it's rotating aggressively. Meaning the smart play isn't always just chasing the hot new thing. It's often about understanding where capital is leaving from and spotting what becomes undervalued because that capital left.
Ah, okay. Looking for the vacuum.
Exactly. It's more about arbitrage within this maybe somewhat finite pool of speculative capital, rather than assuming the whole pie is constantly getting bigger. And again, tools that give you real-time insights, like from Av.ai, they help you see those rotations across Solana, BNB Chain, Base, wherever it's happening.
Makes sense. Okay, and the fourth shift. This feels inevitable. Rising risks and regulation.
Yeah, unavoidable, really. When you have an event this big, attracting mainstream media, you also attract, well, regulatory attention.
Yeah.
Heat.
Right.
So meme coin platforms, launchpads, they have to level up. The demands are increasing. People expect proper audits now, fair launch structure so insiders don't get all the benefit, transparent tokenomics, community governance.
Live in trust, essentially.
Exactly. Building trust in a space that's historically been, the Wild West. And tools are responding too. Like Avi.ai and others are adding risk assessment scores for these launchpad tokens. Helps you try and sort the good from the bad.
Okay, that's a lot to take in. So let's try and summarize. For you, the listener, trading in this space, what are the key takeaways from the whole PUMP saga, it sounds like? Track wallet flows early, try to read narratives before they hit the mainstream, watch where liquidity is rotating from, not just to, and keep an eye on these platform-native tokens becoming major plays themselves. Is that about right?
That sums it up pretty well, yeah. Follow the smart money, understand the story, track the rotation, and watch the platforms.
Yeah.
And, this just raises one last big question, I think.
What's that?
Just how sophisticated is this all becoming? And how do you keep that edge? I mean, think about it. We're in a world now where meme coins launch meme platforms. And then those platforms launch their own mega tokens like PUMP. The game keeps layering up, getting more complex. So tools that give you those advanced real-time insights. They're moving from nice to have to need to have. They aren't just optional anymore. They're becoming essential. They're alpha.
Finding that advantage in an increasingly complex game.
Exactly. You're not just flipping coins anymore. You're navigating a really dynamic ecosystem. And you need the right tools to do it well.